Hello everybody and welcome back to Memoriapolis, where we are currently struggling with our workers, but we will get there soon enough. We've got all of this repaired at this point, so we can start building our cultural buildings, but we're still lagging behind in population satisfaction here, but everything else is pretty good, so that's definitely noted. We've got 10 cycles until this is done, and we need to be building some of these. So we will see by the time we get the workers to build any of this stuff. We will see if we have a pop-up over here with a demand to build one of these. Or not really a demand, but more of a request. Now, precious stones are a bit weird to me. At this point, we should have enough to be able to do a small mine. Interesting. So this is still not measuring precious stones, even though we have them unlocked. It says in the tooltip that it's produced by the small mine building. So do we need to unlock an upgrade to the small mine to be able to get that? This we have unlocked. The precious mine has a chance to find precious stones, whereas the large mine has a second resource. Okay, that's fine. We don't have the workers to do this anyway, so there's no real point in going down that route. So that seems fine for now. A building is running out of resources, and that is this small quarry over here. This has mined out all of the stone. So let's go ahead and, or rather all of the sand. So let's go ahead and demolish that for the time being. And these quarries up over here, we do have some sand nearby up here. So I think we're just going to demolish this in total and put the workers to work elsewhere unless we run into a sand issue. Although we probably will run into a sand issue, so maybe we should build a small quarry elsewhere. Like perhaps down over here. About here. But that is apparently on a water body, so about here. And then we'd be mining the sand, like this. Okay, so that seems absolutely fine for now. This is going to be demolished soon enough. We'll get this one online and maybe even upgrade that to a level 2 in order to increase its radius somewhat. If we look at the sand situation here, I don't know that we would even get all that much out of increasing its radius, to be honest. So I don't think we want to get the workers, or rather utilize the workers for that. So that'll be okay. We will be net positive quite a bit of workers once we get this small quarry demolished. So that'll be in 7 cycles. That looks good. And I would definitely like to be thinking about increasing our fortifications in the medieval city section. Up over here. Master Builder's Office. Okay. So that is noted. Was that a cultural building? I don't think so. This is the Malice here. The Master Builder's Office goes here. Enables modify urban planning rules. Okay. So we should unlock both of these service buildings for sure. So this is enable the construction and improvement of ramparts. Let's get that going. So, does that mean that we can't actually build ramparts out over here? Because this sure looks like we can build them. Maybe it would cut down on the cost? I don't know. Regardless, we should build both of these as soon as possible. So we'll get those done as soon as we can. 112 workers for both. So this is going to finish putting us up to 79 workers at this time. And yeah, I really don't think, if we look at the sand here, I really don't think we would get anything from upgrading this to a level 2 other than we would get that faster. An out-of-breath messenger brings you with worrying news. I apparently can't read. Okay. The Ottomans are besieging the Byzantines in Constantinople, while the Timurids are threatening towns close to the Ottoman borders. Your advisors recommend that you inform the Byzantines of their advantage in attacking the besiegers. You can also negotiate with the Ottomans in exchange for your support against Constantinople, or strengthen your own defenses to avoid war. Each decision could compromise the alliances your family has made with both nations. So, we could consolidate the Byzantine defenses, and we'd get all of this. We'd waste some food. We could negotiate with the Ottomans, and we get some precious stones and gold coins out of that. Or we could strengthen our personal defenses, and we get some gold and iron out of that. Indeed. I think we're going to go for the Ottomans, for the precious stones. We don't have another way to get those right now. So that'll do for now. Maybe we'll need those a bit later on. In terms of upgrading our fortress, we do need some additional gold, bricks, and tiles. So that is absolutely noted. And of course, we need a lot more population up over there. So that seems fine for the moment. We're up to 87 workers now. Barracks, okay. We need to get enough workers to build one of these. It's going to be the belfry for right now. And that is medium size. I'd like to cram it in like right here. I don't think we can though. I think this is considered rocks. So maybe like out over this direction somewhere. And then the master builder's office would be a good thing to build too. This is weird though. It seems like we already have the construction and improvement of ramparts. So I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that'll reduce the cost. Who knows? We want it anyway, so that'll be good. Okay, so the Master Builder's office, I think, is what I'm going to build first, because it feels like we can already build ramparts. So that seems reasonably fine for now. So that's also medium in size. We're up to 104 workers right now. 105. We'll get there eventually. 107. That's a good one. 109. And actually, we're short on cut stones. And we're a little bit short on wooden beams as well. So we should maybe consider buying some cut stones and wooden beams. We could buy cut stones, about 100 of them, and that's fine. We'll just go ahead and do that. So we'll buy in some cut stones, and we still need more than this. And I want to check in on this here. Okay. Noted. So we still need a few cut stones, and we need a few wooden beams to be able to build both of these. So for now, we can bank up the workers, and we'll just wait this out. I think we'll get the wooden beams first. Yeah, I should have gone for more than 100 cut stones. That's very clear. No doubt about that. Oh well. So for now, that's reasonably fine. And, I mean, we could unlock more buildings, but what's the point? We don't have enough workers to make them, anyway. Workers are our primary shortage, and that's, I think, always going to be the case. So that's fine for now. We're at 200 wooden beams right now, so we need 210, so that's 2 more cycles here. Yeah, 5 more cycles until this is done. And we're getting very close on the cut stones as well. So that looks great. We will have enough for the Master Builder's office as soon as we get the workers again. So that'll be fine. And we just need to wait on a couple more wooden beams here. There we go. We can now build the belfry, and I wouldn't mind building it up over here. In fact, we could do that. I don't suppose we could find a way to cram it in over here. Actually, we can. Right there. Let's do it. Okay, so this is going to be safety, and then beyond that, I mean, we're going to need more health and safety, but we'll come back to those. I'm going to put this into definitely esteem, and then the next lowest of these would be belonging. So like this. We'll get that going. 32 cycles to build. Wow. Okay, that's kind of a lot. What building is this? Ah, this is this cutting camp. Yeah, that's to be expected. So we'll demolish that. That's going to take 21 workers and 20 cycles to get that finished. And we're going to want to build a new cutting camp, probably somewhere out over this direction, or maybe like out here or out here, actually. This is probably a much better area to put it. So this would be about... Yeah, this would be approximately the area I'd want to put this. So we'll get that going. This we probably should upgrade to a level 2 cutting camp. And that'll be okay. So that'll be fine. And this is going to be another 26 cycles until that's done. So that seems fine. 14 cycles here, 5 cycles here. So this is going to get upgraded. So we'll need to have workers for that. And then we'll get a worker influx when this demolition finishes. So that seems relatively good for now. There we go. So this guy should be upgraded right up to level 2. And that'll be okay. So we'll get some more workers once this finishes in 7 cycles, but our next structure is going to be the Master Builder's office. So that's definitely going to be a significant investment of workers. These guys want us to build a Malus, and I'll go unlock it at least. I don't know that we can actually build it right now. I suspect we can't. We might be able to if we delay the Master Builder's office. If we don't delay the Master Builder's office, there's absolutely no way. So we'll see if we end up getting that. Okay. So we are 1 more cycle away from this cutting camp. We finished up here, so that's great. We're up to 46, 47 workers now. Noted. So yeah, you can see here, we're going to be cutting this for a while, producing 7 wood per cycle. So that looks good. Okay. So that's all fine for now. We're going to get this done in 6 more cycles. I'm definitely thinking we're not going to have enough workers unless we paused some workers down over here. You know, what resources do we need for the Malus? That's very cheap. We can pause this guy, and then we can build it. Ooh, this is very small. We could fit it in up over here, probably. Done. Okay, so that's going to give us some esteem. The other that we want here is definitely going to be, I think, belonging. So we'll get that going for now. And we're at 56 workers. So we should be able to resume this once we get to 90. We're in a bit of a deficit at this moment. And yeah, the plebeians, we completed their request, so that's great. This goes up, so that's fantastic. But we just need 30 more workers at this point, and we can resume our ropery. So that will be absolutely wonderful. The real question, of course, at this point is, what would this medieval rampart look like? That would be 54. Actually, that's pretty okay. We'll need a little bit more wood, but that's absolutely fine. By the time we have the workers to do that, it's probably okay. So we're going to resume this here as soon as we can. Ah, the fall of Constantinople. The Ottoman Sultan was informed of the Timurids' presence on his borders, and most of the soldiers turned back to defend their kingdom. For its part, Constantinople took advantage of this moment of respite to ask its allies for help. Neutrality was outlawed. The turmoil is felt in adjacent countries. You must be on the winning side. But which side? Constantinople seems hopeful and ready for battle. But it's also possible to persuade Sicily and Austria to join the fight in favor of the Ottomans, to have a quick and easy battle. Okay, so precious stones and gold coins, or wooden beams, cut stones, and food. The wooden beams and cut stones are quite valuable, actually. Let's attack the Ottomans. What could possibly go wrong? First we sided with the Ottomans, then we didn't. I love it. Okay, so we're currently at 74 workers. And we need to get up to 90. So this is going to finish right now. That'll boost all of that up. And then we'll get this going again here in just a few more workers. Faction installation over here, the Plantagenet dynasty. Okay, sure. So we're going to need to make sure that they're not paying taxes. Excellent. We don't need taxes here. So this is perfect. So we're at 82 at this juncture. 83. 84. We just need 90, but we're rolling kind of badly right now. That's 85. $88. Okay, that's a good roll. I like it. We just need 2 more. Now 1 more. Next cycle. Done. Okay, so that is back up then. Excellent. So now what we want to do in terms of workers, I think, is, well, we definitely want to improve this eventually, but we're not particularly close to that. So our medieval fortress here, I'd like to build our rampart at about this size, is what I'm thinking. We have the wood for that. We just need 54 workers. One thing I'm wondering is, for these ramparts, we don't actually care about this, though, necessarily. This is all we really need. So what we need here is workers. Understood. We need 54 workers to get that done. That will reduce our health and safety requirements, which will be a very, very good thing. But we still need a lot more over here, right? We're working on that population satisfaction. We're going to get here soon. We're going to miss this coin, probably, is my guess. But we're just so worker shortaged, right? We have so few workers at this point. It's very, very difficult. So that's definitely a concern. We need a way to get more workers, and honestly, I'm not entirely certain how to do that. Well, actually, we can activate some of these things. That's interesting. Minimum and maximum migration by 1. We absolutely do that. I didn't realize we had to activate these. Okay, that's huge. That's going to get us more workers over time. So minimum district occupancy for faction expansions. I don't really care too much about that. Generation of blueprints, we don't care about. We don't care about that necessarily. Both of these would be pretty okay. And to be honest, the rest of this is reasonably fine as well. We can activate all of these, and we can turn off some of them a little later on. So that'll be fine. So we'll get that activated. Our migration is now 4 and 7 instead of 3 to 6. So that is very, very good for us. No doubt about that. That'll mean that we're making workers faster. So that's good. We found that. But we still need more. No doubt about that one. Okay, church. Sure. So that's reasonably fine for now. We definitely do want to get our fortifications built up over here. We need about 29 more workers for that, and we'll get there. Okay, so we need to be connected from the town center. So that's going to be this medieval fortress here. And we'd want to go for something like this. So that's 810 inhabitants. Okay, this is 511. This is 810. So we're having diminishing returns here for sure, which is why I want to sit here. I think that's the way to go. So that'll be fine. And we do have these ramparts here. Now, this rampart we apparently can upgrade. Interesting. But we don't really need to. We're not interested in the bonuses that we get beyond the level 1. So level 1 is absolutely fine here. No concern there. But we're definitely interested in dropping our requirements for health and safety somewhat. But man, workers are very, very scarce resources. No doubt about that. The Episcopal school, huh? I mean, again, we're short on workers for that. We don't have it unlocked, so where's the Episcopal school? Here. Construction time minus 10%. Okay, that's kind of neat. So this would be 122 workers. Once again, we can pause the ropery here, and that means that we can build the Episcopal school immediately. And this will be at, half cost. So that would be absolutely fine. Where would we want to set this? Probably like up over here. Okay. So that's going to be creativity, and then what else are we interested in? Esteem is the answer. So we'll get that going. That'll be fine. But we need workers. Lots and lots of workers, because we paused our ropery for this. That's not necessarily ideal. Not ideal at all. And I'd like to get this upgraded. Our resources, I keep saying, are relatively fine right now. But we need to keep the flow of resources going. So we can't really pause our resource production buildings all that much, because we need to keep them flowing in. So that's definitely a thing. Well, just having additional migration coming in will be a big deal. That's now between 4 and 7. We need to be prioritizing anything that we can find that increases our migration. That is absolutely the top priority at this juncture. So we need 20 additional workers before we can build our fortifications in here, and I think we should definitely do that, even before we restore the ropery, probably. Yeah, there's a visit coming up. I'm well aware. We're going to be short on our population satisfaction, that's for sure. We're well ahead of time on everything else, so that's looking reasonably fine. So this is going to be done in 25 cycles over here, and we're at 44 cycles for our 44 workers available, now 46. So that's looking reasonably okay. Now 48. We know we need 54. So now we're at 50, now we're at 52, and 53, unfortunate. 70. Because our cutting camp here just ran out of resources. So if we were to demolish this, this would be 21. I'm going to wait on that, because I want to get started on our rampart for the medieval fortress first. So we know we want this, right? Yeah, do it. So that's fine. And now if we were to demolish this, we would need 21 workers. So let's wait on that. So this is underway at this point, and that is definitely going to drop our requirements here. That would be a very good thing. So the Episcopal school is going to be done in 15 cycles. That looks good. We are going to start demolishing this. We'll, of course, get those workers back once this demolition is completed. The fall of Constantinople III. The Ottomans have rid themselves of the foreign threat to their frontier and are on the road again to Constantinople with a new sultan, Mehmet II. His army is undoubtedly larger and more determined than that of his father. To all the spectators of this war, you seem to have an unwavering allegiance to the oppressed. Your messengers could inform Emperor Constantine XI that mercenaries such as Giovanni Giustiani would be willing to help him, but perhaps this new sultan could raise the stakes for our sympathy. We'll continue to support Constantinople. I'm more interested in these tiles and steel. Also, why are we low on food? We're net negative on food. Okay, so that's interesting. These are small farm level 2s. So we should probably consider getting a small farm level 3. 45 workers, huh? Okay. Well, we can get going on that. It'll be a little bit rough, no doubt about that. But we can get one of these farms upgraded up. We'll just have to wait on the workers. That's what we're waiting on for everything for, so this is okay. So we're going to have these finishing up eventually. The visit has completed, yes. As expected. As expected. No shockers there. So we're halfway through the medieval period at this point, and we're just struggling along here. The real struggle is the worker count. We need more workers. At least we have net increase to our worker growth from our library, so that's something anyway. But we need so many more workers at this point, that's for sure. So we've got 7 more cycles until this is done. That'll be good. This just finished, giving us some additional creativity and esteem. And if we check here, do we feel like we're catching up on the population satisfaction? Maybe. It's a hard maybe. So 3 more cycles here. Once that's done, we can get one of these farms upgrading to level 3. I do not believe that we will need any more than one of them upgraded, so this will be absolutely fine. And there we go. We can get that going. And that put us at 40. Excellent. So now we can wait until our ropery is ready, and then we can continue to stock up workers at that point. That would be the overall idea. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see about getting done with our fortifications up over here, and that'll help our health and safety requirements somewhat, but not as much perhaps as we might like. Another thing that we could potentially do is upgrade our ancient capital rampart by enlarging this. That would be 1014. And yeah, I mean, that's, you know, very expensive in terms of workers, but that's understood. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.